Hey guys, it's Mercedes here, and I really hope you guys enjoyed my prom inspired makeup and hair look today. Please make sure you guys don't forget to go down and subscribe so you don't miss anything I film in the future. And also guys, don't forget to like this video and follow me on both my Instagram websites, mercedesgutierrez_makeup and mercedesg_benz. So I really hope you guys enjoy this tutorial. It's a very fun prom inspired makeup and hair look, and I really hope you guys have a fun time at prom, and thank you guys so much for watching. So first, to start off, you're gonna need 3 ponytail holders, a brush, hairspray, bobby pins, and stuff like that. And I also, well, I'm actually using, you know, when you have braces, the rubber bands that you put like in your braces or whatever, that's what I'm using to tie the ends of the braid for this hairstyle. So it would be this. From like a little orthopedic bag or orthodontist bag. But yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and use those for the ends of the braids. So yeah, for this hairstyle, you're just gonna need like regular hair ties, a brush, hairspray, bobby pins, smaller hair ties, you know, maybe a clip to hold up like the rest of your hair while you're doing other parts of it. But this hairstyle is actually very, very simple, very easy, and if you really just don't know how to do your hair and you really want it to be like a really pretty updo look for homecoming or prom, then this would definitely be the look for you guys. So what you're gonna do is section your hair off into 3 sections. So you're gonna have 2 and then 1 in the back. So I'm just gonna section it off, do like somewhat of a good piece, good chunk in the back. You want them to be pretty even and thick because you're gonna be sectioning them off into 3 little ponytails, and then you're going, not very high or anything, they're just gonna be like in the back of your head. So, and if you want any pieces like out of it, then you should probably pull a couple out and stuff before you do it. So you can decide whether you want your hair to be over the ear or behind the ear, but I would say over the ear just so it doesn't look so weird and your ear doesn't stick out as much. But you're just going to do a really, really low ponytail. You want to make sure it's tight so it stays. Not too tight where it's like pushing your hair to your head like super hard, but just the rubber band being very tightly around your hair so you don't lose it as you're like dancing throughout the night at prom and everything. So, and also you might want to start with it over the ear because you could always just push it behind the ear later on if you didn't like it, because I think it'd be harder to take it from behind the ear after you have the hairstyle done. So you're just gonna go ahead and take your hair tie and section the last bit off. Actually, you know what? We should probably make the top of them the little tiny rubber bands too, just so that when you like put them up, they're not going to show. So I'm going to do the little rubber bands for that too. Got one, and then we're going to just go ahead and braid it. And so you can leave like a little bit off the ends. I mean, try to braid it as far as you can, but my pieces get very, very thin at the bottom right there, so I can't go much farther. And take the little teeny rubber band again and just go ahead and wrap it around the ends a few times. We're gonna go ahead and take each braid and just fluff them out and make them like as big as possible. So now that you have your hair sectioned into 3 different parts and they're all braided and like fluffed out and they are the biggest braid that they can possibly be, I'm gonna turn around so you guys can see it, but you're just gonna go ahead and take one of the braids and just kind of like wrap it through it. Like wrap them around the braids. And you might want to take some bobby pins and just secure it in the areas that you're wrapping it around the braids. But pretty much what you're going to do is take the braid and you're just going to wrap it like around them, and then you're going to take the other one and wrap that around, and then you're going to take the other one and just, and it's going to be like a big knotted, it's going to be like a big knotted like bun braid type thing, and it's very like prom hairstyle look. And you can just go ahead and pull out some pieces in the front just to make it a little bit more loose and pretty. So the makeup look that I'm going to be doing for today is going to be more of a versatile look. So it's going to be very prom. So it's going to be dramatic, but it's going to be very neutral. So depending on whatever color dress that you do wear, I think that this hairstyle and makeup could definitely go with either of them. I tried to make the makeup and, you know, hair for today, I'm trying to make it very like that it could go with any dress, so that, you know, none of you are confused and say like, oh, well, I can't wear that with my dress. I mean, obviously, if it's like your dress has to have a specific colors, like if your dress goes with more silvers, then you can change the eyeshadow or whatever I'm doing to the silvers, or you could change the colors to more golds. But I'm just gonna go ahead and do it kind of a neutral, like every prom dress makeup. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get started by filling in my eyebrows with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Pomade in the shade Ebony. So to ensure that your eyeshadow is not going to crease and it's going to stay throughout the whole entire night of your prom, we're going to go ahead and put the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion on your eyes, just to make sure that the eyeshadow is just going to stick and come up more pigmented. And now you want to get a very light neutral, depending on your eyelid color. So if you're very light or if you're a little bit darker, you might want to choose more of a brownish color. Just take that color with a big blending brush, which I am taking the Morphe B13 brush, and I'm just going to pick up a very light shade with a little bit of brown in it, and just go ahead and put that all over the eye as a base color. So I'm going ahead and using the Too Faced Semi-Sweet Chocolate Bar palette, and I'm just going to be picking up a very light brown in here, which would be this color right here, Mousse. I'm just going to take that and a little bit of coconut cream and just mix them and put it all over my eye. And now I'm going to go ahead and take the color Coconut Cream, and I'm just going to be putting that on with my Morphe B81 brush, and I'm just going ahead and putting that as a highlight shade underneath my brow bone and inner corners. And now I'm going to go ahead and pick up the color Puddin', and I'm gonna mix it with the color Mousse, and I'm just gonna mix those two colors and just put it as a transition shade in the crease. And now to deepen the crease even more, I'm going to be picking up the color Truffled right here, and I'm just going to be putting that in my crease. And now before I deepen the crease or the outer corners even more, I'm just going to go ahead and put my sparkly lid color on so that when I put on the darker color on the outer corners, it blends in and you don't see the line between where you put your eyeshadow and the sparkles. So for the sparkly pigment shade, I'm going to go ahead and look into my Morphe 350S palette. And I'm going to go ahead and look in this ginormous palette. And I am most likely going to be picking up one of these lighter shades. I think that I'm leaning towards more of maybe this gold shade right here. It has a little bit of a pink back tone to it. So I might be picking up this shade right here. Yeah, so I think I'm going to be picking up this shade right here. They don't have names, so I'm just going to point to it. So I'm going to pick up this shade right here and put that on my lid. But first, before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and do my Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion again. And I'm just going to be putting it on the center of the lids where I want the sparklier shade, because it takes off the eyeshadow that is already there and it will make the sparkles show up a lot more pigmented. So if I just place it on the eye where I want it, then the sparkles will come through a lot more pigmented. And you just go ahead and rub it in just how you did before you put on your eyeshadow. And now I'm going to be using my Too Faced Sweet Peach palette, and I'm going to be just taking this color Tempting out of it, and I'm just going to be picking it up with my Morphe B38 brush. And I'm just going to be picking it up and putting it in the outer V's. And now I'm going to go ahead, now that the color is placed on there, I'm going to be taking my Morphe B81 brush again and just blending it out. So next, just to make my eyeshadow just more sparkly because it's prom, I'm going to be putting the NYX Liquid Crystal Liner on, and this is in the shade Crystal Champagne. I'm just going to go ahead and take some from the bottle, and from the brush I'm going to go ahead and put it on one of my fingers and then place it on. And now that I have the glitter on there, I'm just going to go ahead and blend in the outer corners again. And now that I have just recently gotten professional eyelash extensions, I'm just going to go ahead and take a clean spoolie and brush out my eyelashes. But normally I would place false eyelashes or just do my eyelashes normally, however you guys like, but I'm just going to go ahead and brush them out. And now just to clean up everything underneath my eyes and everything, I'm just going to take a baby wipe and clean it up. And now to take any excess eyeshadow that's on my Morphe B38 brush, I'm just going to go ahead and take it and smudge it across my lower lash line. And now I'm just going to go ahead and take my Rocket Volume Express Mascara by Maybelline and do my bottom lashes. So next I'm going to be starting with the face, and I'm going to be using my Nivea Men's Post Shave Balm as a primer, and I'm just going to be putting that all over my face. And next I'm going to be taking my Damp Beauty Blender and my Makeup Forever Ultra HD foundation, and using this foundation today because the Makeup Forever Ultra HD foundation is very, very good in pictures. That's also why I use it a lot of the times for my shoots and everything, but it would be good for a prom day because this makeup is supposed to be like Ultra HD, so when you have a picture taken of you, your face just looks ultra clear and soft and better. And now that I have all my foundation on, I'm going to be using my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the shade Light Medium Honey. You don't need a lot of this concealer because it is a very full coverage concealer, so even just a dot or a little line will be plenty to blend it into your eyes. Now that my concealer is all blended in, I'm going to be using the Airspun Loose Face Powder, the translucent powder by Airspun, and I'm just going to be taking a old beauty blender and dipping it in the powder and setting it underneath of my eyes. And now I'm going to be taking the MAC Mineralized Skin Finishing Powder in medium dark, and I'm just going to be taking a powder brush and setting the foundation where the translucent powder isn't. And now I'm just going to be taking a bronzing powder and a brush and just going ahead and contouring my cheeks a bit and warming them up. And now I'm just going to take a powdering brush and dust off all the translucent powder. And now, depending on what kind of lipstick you want, you could do like a gloss or maybe just pink lipstick. But normally if I were going to prom, and depending on the color of your dress, I'm going to be using the Kylie Cosmetics Matte Liquid Lipstick in the shade Brown Sugar. And now that my makeup is all set, I am going to be spraying on my L'Oreal Infallible Makeup Setting Spray. And just so that your makeup will stay throughout the night of your prom, you dancing, and just everything, pictures, you make sure that if you want to make sure that it's going to stay, then I would recommend using a setting spray. And of course, after you're done doing your setting spray, you always want to make sure that you put your highlighter on after so that your makeup setting spray does not dull your highlight. So, of course, I didn't forget about highlight. It's prom, you have to be highlighted. And I'm going to be using the Becca highlighter in the shade Opal. And I'm just taking a feathering brush and just dusting that on. And then if you want to make sure that your highlight underneath your brow bone and inner corners is extra sparkly, you can also take your highlight with a small tipped brush and do that. And this is the final look for my prom makeup and hair tutorial. I really hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. Please make sure you guys don't forget to go down, like this video, give it a big thumbs up, subscribe if you guys aren't already subscribed to my channel. Make sure you guys go follow me on both my Instagrams, mercedesg_benz and mercedesgutierrez_makeup. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you all have a very happy, safe, and fun prom.